Morning. Looks like I like doing my videos from this chair, and we've got someone here with me as well. So, today, what I'd like to do is share my story called The Love Project. So, I'm literally curled up with my laptop, and it's on Medium. I'll put a link, of course, in the description, where I talk about a point in 2012 whenever I accepted the challenge of what if I could fall in love with myself. And this has felt really, it was really hard to talk about at first because it feels so almost like so bizarre because the love I have for myself, it doesn't show up as ego. It's not I still want to be a good person and a better person, and I have lots and loads of opportunities for improvement. However, it's allowed me to be able to soften myself. So, anyways, I'm getting ahead. I'm scrolling through. There's a bunch of his story. There's a backstory at the beginning. So, I'm going to start about halfway down at what I refer to as the outcome. I've been in love several times, and I've also flirted with infatuation. I hope you've had the opportunity to fall in love, as it's pretty amazing. At first, everything about the object of love is either perfect or near perfect. I think that might partly be called infatuation. Tendencies and habits that could be annoying later in the relationship are at first adorable and endearing. It's so interesting to get to know every aspect of them. And what I'm saying here as well is when we, for me anyway, whenever I meet someone who can be a potential romantic match, I want them to be, perfect for me, right? So there's little, potentially in my experience, oh, this is tough to talk about. There could be things that I'll think, oh yeah, like that could be annoying, but whatever, it's fine for now. It's fine for now, and I have compromised. So, in taking what I've learned from the love of relationships in that romantic way and applying that back to myself means that I'm always wanting myself to be my best version. I'm forever supporting and working on myself to be able to be better. So I talk about, for my love project, I decided that I would channel the experience of a fresh blossoming love. Oh, Jess, I'd think, oh, you. Aren't your quirks cute? There you go again with those habits of yours. You're just so interesting. What will you do next? As the months went by, I softened and created a safe space for myself. I dropped the negative critical loop in my head that told me when I did things wrong, kind of wrong, or my favorite, that could have been better. Over time, the voice that was fascinated by my behavioral quirks was easier to hear than the critical one that demanded only perfection. So, the story starts back 2012, 2013, and it's been ongoing, and it feels like I've done really well. It's from this deep, raw love for myself that I've changed my entire lifestyle to have increased mental health, and I've softened the inner critic. It's still there, obviously, of course. I mean, I'm shooting these videos in a take, and I know that they're not perfect, and I just need to keep moving. So, I talk here down towards the bottom about how a byproduct of self love is self respect, and I now set healthy boundaries both with work and within my relationships. To put it simply, I'm calm and confident, which has just been really, really cool. So, want to fall in love. And the point, another annotation, is if we are in love with ourselves, then that's someone who's never going to leave. Um, Abandonment and clinging can come up in relationships, of course, because it's it's almost like it's natural not to want that person to leave. I'm not sure if I know anyone who's transcended to this other point where they can just embrace people for however they show up in their life for however long. I mean, I'm not that strong. If you are, great. Maybe that's another thing that I can work on. However, if your in love feeling is coming from within, then you're not gonna leave you. You know what I mean? We can't abandon ourselves. Like, it's pretty straightforward stuff. It's cool. So I break it down into 3 steps. Um, Being the analytical project manager with my spreadsheet of a brain, I couldn't help but look at this initiative, this challenge that I accepted, and break it into 3 parts. So 1, tell yourself I love you. It feels a bit funny at first to think in the third person. Trust me. Uh, I mention here that many years have passed since I first started this practice, and I still feel a bit apprehensive to share this. Because I, I don't know, just try it out. I still, as you can tell, I'm feeling a little bit awkward even talking about it. I love me is a good start. Like, hey, me, go me, yeah, me, you're great, me, love me. And flip it to that third person tense. So, I love you. Like I say, I love you, Jessica. And frig, that's a whole other, it's a whole other level. And try it. No one knows you're going to do it. You can say it in your head. And I mention here that it's like Kegels. No one knows you're doing them but you. So, being in love with yourself is a love that can't be taken away or lost. This has naturally led to changes in my diet and my lifestyle over the years. It's interesting what I'll do for someone I'm in love with. So, the compromises that I'm making have flipped to a very positive angle. I care deeply for this person, and I'm nourishing my body. My diet's changed a whole bunch because I can really tell what it is that nourishes me and how I when I feel better. So it's not like I started this off and then all of a sudden super strict diet or whatever, and sometimes if I do want that, my friends laugh at me. They know I don't really have a sweet tooth. um, Here's looking at you, the people that have stayed here and eaten all my ice cream in the last couple months, because I could sit next to a tub of ice cream for years and just have a bite. Anyway, if I do want that sweet and that ice cream, what have you, I indulge. Everything in balance. So number 2, make eye contact with yourself in the mirror and smile. So practice your kind expression in the mirror. I attended an art exhibit years ago where the photographer displayed 2 pictures of each subject. I think this was at the AGO back when I lived in Toronto. So there were 2 pictures. One is where the subject was looking in the mirror, so the photo captured their mirror face. And then the second one was their pose, like getting my picture taken. And I feel like there's even another level of like our selfie face, right? Where we're not just posing for the camera, we can see what our pose is as well. However, with the camera smile, the way I interpreted the exhibit and the impact that it had on me is that it felt like most of the subjects in the installation were scowling. In the mirror face, it's that looking for imperfections, you know? And what I practiced is looking in the mirror with a kind expression, right? I mean, imagine if that mirror scowl face is if it's our regular countenance that we carry with us day to day, then shoot, I don't know if that's going to make us a very friendly, endearing person to be around. So why is that something that we're giving to ourselves? It's funny when you think about it that other people see our face and our expressions more often than we do. Pretty much. I mean, just think about it. Like, well, I don't spend that much time in the mirror, if you will, and but I spend a lot of time away from the mirror. So everyone else knows what it is to experience our smile, our laugh, our amusement. Try it out. So, once you're comfortable, explore your eyes. So this is holding eye contact with yourself in the mirror. This can be intense. Over time, instead of mirror facing in the mirror, I was able to witness my actual emotions without judgment. Sadness, grief, worry. Over time, my default average mirror gaze became one of contentment. It's tough to explain, but I feel like it's from this practice that I learned my own authenticity. I think I'll dig into that another time. 3. Step 3. Notice if you're more critical of yourself than of others. And you know what? Accept this for now. It's a tough habit to break. Keep repeating step number 1 to help with this. I love you, I love you, I love you. Like, once we soften into loving ourselves, that criticism is, I really feel like that's going to soften away as well. So I wonder sometimes if noticing imperfections is a byproduct of being smart. You know what I mean? This ability may lead us to powerful jobs since we're aware of what perfection looks like. And life has gotten a lot better since I've adjusted my expectations of myself to be more realistic. So my inner critic has softened. I'm not being cheesy when I say that I see opportunities for improvement and self-growth rather than seeing the, oh my god, I need to do that, that critic. It's just been revolutionary, and I used to be very, very apprehensive of sharing this story, and now here you go. I've fully published it. It's like a coming out for me, if you will, and now it's something that I can't stop talking about. I won't stop talking about because it's really, really changed my life. So, in summary, this will be a funny one to read on video. I invite you to kick off your own love project, and I'd love to hear how it goes for you. For me, the results weren't instant, but they have definitely been worth it. I feel more attractive. Some types of beauty are skin deep, and this beauty glows from within. Maybe I should have edited that sentence. Some types of beauty are skin deep, but this beauty glows from within. I'll do that later. Looking at myself with a kind expression in the mirror has been revolutionary. When I look in the mirror, I see a person I love, and it's made it so easy to love others. It really, really has. I still have the brow furrow as time passed during my self-criticism time, and maybe that's also something to do with getting older. Don't know. Other than that, my countenance has softened. I'm aging, but I feel I'm aging well. I've asked my hairdresser to not cover the gray streak in front because I'm proud of it. This is my experience. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not a kid. And I found that love is easy, actually. We all deserve love, and it's easy to find when we're already generating our own. So there you go. This means a lot to me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reading, watching, what have you. If any of this resonates for you, try it out. And go easy on yourself. Please, please, please. This is love we're talking about. It's not going to go away. This is a love that you can have for yourself. Maybe it will be like flipping a switch for you. Maybe it'll take some time. I've heard some feedback from actually a number of people on this story, and they've mentioned that they've been looking in the mirror and telling themselves, I love you, which that's combining steps 1 and 2, and it's great. It's really cool to hear how this practice that I've shared has already morphed and changed for other people. So please try it out. What do we have to lose anyway? It's just life that we're living. No one needs to know what you're doing, and I wonder how it'll help. Let me know.